right, hey, I'm Julie, everybody. I work in the city manager's office. Like Millie, I'm a doer in City Hall, so it's cool. Today, we were talking about creating the city we want to live in. But you know, how do we know we're actually doing it? How do we know we're getting there as we are making changes? Well, from my perspective and the data I look at, one of the tools we can use is the citizen survey. We take it every year. It's a great tool because it's a random sample. If you're a dork like me, you'll understand survey data. It generalizes the entire population to KCMO. So that helps us know what's going on. Who do we send it to? We send it to 9,000 households, 4,700 people take it. They can take it by phone, send it in the mail, take it online. Nerds in the room, 1.5% margin of error. That means it is super accurate. A lot of concerns we hear is, but I've never gotten a survey, so how can it be legit? Well, the reality is only 5% of people will get it in any given year. So you could live here like 10 years and there's a 62% chance you won't get it. So I'm really sorry. What do we ask about? Mostly we ask about the quality and effectiveness of city services. We ask you guys, the citizens, about how you're interacting with the city, what you want us to fix. And it's all aggregate data, so it's really statistically significant and we can draw some conclusions. I love the survey because I'm a nerd, I love data, I love science. So, but I also love knowing how what we're doing, how we're changing things in City Hall is making a difference and making a real impact in citizens' lives. So what would make you want to care about the citizen survey? Well, I do believe that the citizen survey can tell us important things about the impacts we're making. It can help us draw conclusions about what you want us to do. And it can also help us understand what we're doing over time, if it's good or bad. The data I'm going to use is from 2012. The first thing the survey does is it tests our assumptions about what we think we know about the city. So we can sit in City Hall and think we know what you're thinking, but until we have cold, hard facts, we don't know for sure. So here's an assumption we think we knew about. This is the question, is Kansas City a good place to raise children? Well, I'll let you make your own conclusions. Green is good, yellow is not. So this is just one assumption we had that was confirmed, unfortunately. The other thing this survey does is it helps us gauge perceptions over time. That way, if we know of an area we want to pump a lot of resources into, like either in the built environment or in a marketing effort, we know where to do that. This is the question we ask about the maintenance and preservation of downtown. In 2005, 32%. By 2012, it was at 55%. We've got a long way to go, but we feel like that is a huge improvement in a little bit of time, and the citizens told us that. The survey also tells us how people kind of behave within the city. We can see trends of how people are using our city services and what they're doing engaging with us. So the next slide here is users of city parks are actually more satisfied. And so we saw in 2012 a huge bump in satisfaction. We were like, what? How's that possible? So we looked at the survey and we discovered that more people are using the parks. So sometimes to increase satisfaction, we just need to get people to use our services and make them accessible for citizens. The other thing is we ask people to rank and prioritize what they want us to do and what they want us to emphasize over the next couple of years. Sometimes things pop to the top of the list that we weren't expecting. I don't think anyone in this room would be surprised, but I think when we were looking at the data, walking and biking trails was in the top 3 things within our parks category that people want to see us do something about. It surpassed community centers and playgrounds, which was really new for us. The other thing, as I said, we asked questions about, do you use our 311 service? Have you been to our website? So we can see how people are interacting and interfacing with the city. And as you can see, over time, increases in our website usage and 311 usage have increased somewhat dramatically, especially with 311. So we want to continue to improve the things that people are actually using and maybe ditch some of the things that they're not. So the survey helps us do that. So again, it tests our assumptions, it helps us know whether the things we're doing are impacting people and how they're impacting them, and it helps us know what citizens' priorities are and how they want to interact with us as an organization, as a city. So in the near future, a lot of really cool things are coming to Kansas City. Some of them are city-led efforts, some of them are your-led efforts, and we appreciate that. But how do we know that these things are good, that they're changing Kansas City for the better, and that we're actually creating the city we want to live in? Well, we can do that with one tool, or we can do them with a trillion tools, but one of the tools I look at is the citizen survey. And I think that if we pay attention as a city to what citizens are saying, it's going to help us make a lot of decisions. So please check out the survey results at this URL, and also watch for a survey. You may be in the 5%.